Hey Crafty fam, what's going on? It's Alex Vanover back with DIY Alex, and today is going to be such a fun day because we are going to do our first craft from the summer party mystery box. And y'all, I'm so excited for this one. I could not wait any longer, and we are starting with some of my favorite items from the box that I will show you in just a few minutes. So I'm going to give everyone a couple minutes to jump on and join us, and then we will get started really soon because I want to have plenty of time to do this project. So let me know if you can hear me okay and see me okay in the comments, and we'll get started really soon. Hey Shimei, how's it going? Hey, do you pronounce your name Kai? Welcome. It's your first time here and watching while working. I feel you there. Hey Letitia, how are ya? Good, good. I'm so glad that you're here. Tina said, looking forward to listening while on the road. Very good, Tina. That'll be just fine. And remember, guys, that you can always come back and watch the replay. So if I'm ever doing a live and it's not a good time that works for you, but you want to see the craft anyway, you can always come back and watch it at a later date because they stay on my YouTube channel forever. You just filter it to the lives that I've done and you'll see all the stuff I've done in the past. So don't worry about that. Hey, Roseanne. Hey, Ruth. Welcome. Good, good, guys. I'm excited for this one. This is so summery. Does anyone have any guesses what we're crafting with first? In a couple of different places that I posted, I told you what we were working with. But if you remember from my unboxing, they were some of the things I was the most excited to craft with. Good, good. You too, Shimei. Did I get it right? Oh, good, Kai. I always take a stab at it, and I feel like I'm not very good usually at names, but lately people are like, oh yeah, you got it right. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm not that bad, right? Yes, 143 is definitely going bananas. You're so right. They have been doing 2-hour flash sales all day long, and I would love to keep you guys more updated. I just was really busy today, so I did not do a ton of keeping up with it, but for those of you who paid attention, I hope you did because the sales were really good. Hey, Kayla, welcome. Hey, Candy. Oh, good. I don't know if Cohen's is just her last name, but she said, hey, Alex, this is my first project with you. Well, welcome. Hey, Troy, how are you? I'm glad you're here. All right, well, looks like I've got quite a few of you joining me, so let's jump into this party because it's going to be fun, and I want to make sure that we have plenty of time. So I'm going to send you guys over to my overhead camera, and we're going to take a look at all this fun stuff. So we did have to change things up a little bit. I know originally on the schedule, I told you that we were crafting with the sunglasses acrylic and the Styletech Rainbow Metal Vinyl. Here, I'll zoom in for you guys a little bit so you can see. This is our schedule that was inside the box. And so originally we were going to craft with the sunglasses acrylic, but it looks like the acrylic file on the website does not fit the actual acrylic. So if you have already tried to download this on the page from 143, it's going to be too big. So I'll have to do another video in the future as soon as they get that file adjusted, and we'll do the sunglasses acrylic after that. So today we're mostly going to be working with the Styletech Metal Rainbow Vinyl, and I'm going to be adding in the glitter Pineapple Paradise that I've been so excited to craft with. So it's still going to be really fun. Just a little bit of a change of plans. So just like when I did the last session of mystery boxes, I want to show you guys what from the list we are crafting with today. So some of the things that we are going to be using from StarCraft HD are the light green matte, the pastel orange, and then the Styletech matte metal rainbow. I keep calling it like a million different things, but it's supposed to be that vinyl right there, which is so beautiful. You guys are going to love seeing this stuff. The blue grid transfer tape. And I think that's it. I ended up actually adding in a different project because I was so excited about the possibilities for this. So we're actually going to be making a wine glass, but you guys know, like anything else that I share with you, you can always put your own spin on it and do your own thing. But I just thought this would be a really fun combination with all of these items. Hey, Josie from East Texas, welcome. Roseanne said, I think it is nearly over and I missed most of them. I'm not sure what you mean, Roseanne. The live just started, if that's what you mean. So we've got plenty of time to work on stuff, and I'm going to show you what we've got today. So I'm going to be working with Monstera leaves because those are one of my favorite things lately that are reminding me of summer. And then in order to incorporate our glitter pineapple paradise, I cut my name out of the glitter pineapple paradise, but I also added an orange offset because one of the really cool things about pineapple paradise when it's cut on glitter, is that not gorgeous, you guys, or what? I know, I'm so excited. But one of the cool things about it is that in some of these areas where there originally was white, the vinyl is actually clear. And so I wanted to make sure that it was really easy to see on the glass. So I'm using pastel orange as an offset. So we're kind of turning some of these flowers orange. So I think this is going to be a really, really fun little craft. And if you guys are relatively new to Cricut, then you are going to... this is going to be a really good, easy project for you because it just is really simple and a wine glass is a great place to start. Oh, you guys are referring to the 143 sale. I'm sorry. I see what you mean. Okay. Yes. And I think the last, if I saw the schedule correctly, the last item that they are doing is at 5 o'clock. So I think you've got a little bit of time to do that. But there's one more going out at 5 if I understand that correctly. There we go. Hang on just a second, you guys. I'm going to switch some stuff around. There we go. So that way you can see my face in the corner so that it's not just the crafts. And I wonder if I can move this. Think? Maybe? I don't know. Nope. Okay, I think I'm stuck in the corner, but that's okay. Yes, so if you want to check out the 143 Friday flash sales, they have one more session or one more sale going out at 5 o'clock, and I believe it's 5 to 7 since the other ones have been 2 hours. So definitely check that out if you want to see that. So we're going to get started by weeding everything, and I'm going to be using my Pin Pen weeding tool. Y'all know that's like my favorite weeding tool, but you can use any weeding tool that you like and that works for you. I'm also sipping on some Diet Coke because it has been a busy, busy day and I have to stay caffeinated. So it is Friday, a 4th of July weekend, which is so much fun. Let me know in the comments what your all's plans are. So I cut the glitter rainbow, or sorry, not glitter rainbow, the glitter pineapple paradise on glitter vinyl more pressure, which is what I normally cut all of the Styletech on, and it looks like that may not have been quite enough. We're still going to be able to weed it. We're just going to have to kind of pull at the cut lines a little bit. And I didn't even think to check on this cut. I'm so used to cutting on glitter vinyl more pressure. That's what I always do. So I just went for it, and then I didn't even double check. I know, Kayla said she can't wait to work with the rainbow stuff. Me either. I'm so excited. Now I have a mess on my hands. All right, it looks like I'm going to cut a little bit of this off as I go. Sorry, y'all. I know there is a lag in the comments, so sometimes I feel like when you guys are commenting on things, I don't see it for several seconds after you say something, and that's why I got a little confused. But I know what you mean, Roseanne. It definitely was going all day, but mostly during the work day. So for those of y'all who have a job where you can't really be on the computer or you're preoccupied, it's definitely kind of difficult to pay attention sometimes. Y'all, these cut lines are a little challenging to see. I won't lie. There we go. But what I have found usually is using overhead light is easiest for me. I just usually don't get a lot of benefit from one of those tracing pads. That's what I used to use when I first started crafting, and people were like, oh yeah, they're so helpful. And for me at least, I've just found that light over top of my head rather than underneath the vinyl is a lot more helpful personally. What do you guys have any strategies for when you're struggling to weed something? What do you use? I've heard some people with glitter vinyl, or specifically glitter HTV, actually, they use like baby powder and stuff in the lines to illuminate the lines. So if you guys have any strategies for weeding tough stuff, let me know. Here it is. I'll have to do some more experimenting before I give you guys a good cut setting, because clearly glitter vinyl more pressure was not quite enough pressure, huh? But luckily my name's pretty simple. It's only 4 letters, so that does make it a little bit easier. And I use the font Bebas Neue. If you guys have been around for long, you know that's one of my favorite fonts. And the reason I used it is because with patterns, you always want to use something that's a little bit on the thicker side. So I used a pattern that I knew that I would be able to see the pineapple still in. You can kind of see the pineapple across the A. Look how fun that is, you guys. Oh no, Kendra, you are definitely not the only one with cut problems. We all have them, sister. It just kind of depends on, you know, what we're cutting and what we're working with. But no, we all have cut problems sometimes, especially me. Just weeding out this little part of the offset that I created in Design Space. That is definitely a good strategy, Kendra, starting over and trying again. Yeah, Roseanne said the overlight head works best for her too. And that's just a little something because I thought that maybe I was crazy at first when the light pads didn't work for me. I thought that maybe there was something wrong with me, but it's apparent that it helps some people. So no doubt about it, it can be a really good strategy, but it's not great for everyone. Gina wants to know, where's the SVG for what I am creating? So Gina, I kind of pieced this one together. I linked an SVG in the description of the video for some Monstera leaves. I have had these in my Design Space for a long time, so I don't know where I got these specific Monstera leaves, but I did link it in the description if you need a Monstera leaf SVG. But this one is so simple. This might be one time that you guys would consider just Googling like Monstera leaf PNG and seeing if you can get it, because it's such a simple shape that I would hate for you guys to pay for an SVG that you could probably find really easily on like Google or something. Look how beautifully that weeds. So this is the light green StarCraft HD in matte, and it just weeded so beautifully. Literally, all I had to go do is pick out this one piece, and I think all the rest is perfect. How crazy is that? Look how easily that weeded. And I cut like a bunch of these. I did not really even count. I just duplicated it a bunch of different times because I'm just gonna place these all over the wine glass. So I don't have like a certain pattern or anything that I'm following. Thanks, Sharon. She said, I love that pineapple print, especially the glitter edition. Yeah, I absolutely love this Pineapple Paradise. So in case you guys are not familiar, this Pineapple Paradise pattern is from the DIY Alex collection of regular patterns. And so when I found out that they could print it on glitter, I thought I was going to die of excitement because I was so pumped. So you can get the, and if you guys did not get a mystery box, if you're watching this and you do not have a mystery box, the Pineapple Paradise and glitter was exclusive to the box, but you can get the regular Pineapple Paradise pattern on 143 Vinyl's website all the time in case you want to grab it. Thank you, Susan. Ruth said, if it is intricate weeding, I like to have the design up on my screen. That's so true, Ruth, and that can be really helpful too, so that you can see the design that you're trying to cut. I agree. I do tend to have a picture in front of me as well. So these are the same Monstera leaves. I just cut them out of the Rainbow Vinyl. And like any kind of vinyl that is a specialty film, it is always a little more difficult to weed than regular vinyl. So don't be disheartened by that if you guys have the same thing happen to you. It's always going to be a little more difficult, even if your cut setting is absolutely perfect. And I cut another design on it earlier as well, so I tested it first. But I cut this on glitter vinyl more pressure, and that is what I found worked perfectly for me. So it just kind of depends on the day, the machine, the blade, the mat. There are so many different factors when it comes to weeding and cuts and stuff like that, that there's just a lot to know about it. So if you're on the newer side, I can definitely see how that could be confusing for you because there's just so many factors at play. Oh my gosh, you guys, I cannot wait to craft these little Monstera leaves. They're so cute. I was making some summer stickers yesterday for a tutorial that I have coming out for you guys making stickers with the new offset feature. And I made these summer stickers and I was just like ready to go to the pool. It had me in such a summery mood. I was like, we have to make a summer wine glass. Because it just, I don't know about you guys, but wine glasses and like decorated ones always just remind me of summer. It seems like whenever I make one, it's always like summer themed and just super fun. Oh no, I tore the bottom of that Monstera leaf off, but that's okay. I did the same thing with the Rainbow Styletech as I did with the light green HD. I literally just duplicated it a bunch of times, and we're just gonna stick these guys all over the wine glass. I don't have a rhyme or reason for how I'm gonna do it. We're just gonna wing it and have fun with it. Oh, we got a couple pieces going there. all at once. I think another factor in weeding this is how they're arranged also. Since these I had to stack a little bit because I didn't have quite as much left on my sheet, they're probably a little more difficult to weed. Where these were all in a line, it was really easy for me to just pull everything off. I don't know about you guys, but I really hope that 143 decides to carry this Styletech Rainbow Vinyl because it is so gorgeous. I could use about 25 more sheets. At least. And when I'm done, I'll show you guys how shiny it is. There we go. Now these, the centers did not come out very easily. Kendra said, I got the replacement blades from 143 Vinyl, and they are the sharpest blades I've ever bought. Kendra, I am obsessed with the 143 replacement blades. They are great. Y'all, look how shiny this is. Like, come on. Tell me that you are not obsessed with this vinyl. We can pull a TikTok and be like, tell me that you're obsessed with this vinyl without telling me that you're obsessed with this vinyl. And all I'd have to do is go like this, and you guys would be like, oh my gosh. If you're on TikTok, you'll understand that. And if you're not, you won't think that makes any sense. Let me know in the comments who's on TikTok. So TikTok has been a really interesting thing because when the pandemic started last year, I definitely decided to jump on the train because with social media, especially with what I do, it's always a really good idea to at least give things a try because it gives you an opportunity to grow really fast. So I jumped on TikTok right away and I saw what an amazing platform it can be. Well, my husband kind of made fun of me for it. He was like, TikTok's for kids, TikTok's for teenagers, and all this kind of stuff. And now, let's see, my husband got on it. We'll go ahead and just pull this Monstera leaf off because I have that little bottom part missing. So I don't want to accidentally try to put that on my glass. So Andrew got on TikTok, I don't know, a couple months ago, and I am like 97% sure that he spends more time on TikTok than I do. And at least when I'm on there, it's mostly to create content. And sometimes it's just to look and, you know, see what people are posting, but most of the time it's about creating content. And he now spends more time on the app than I do. And last year, he told me that I was on a teenager app. So there you go. Letitia's on TikTok, Kristen's on TikTok. Thanks, Roseanne. I love it. Yes, the mystery box from the flash sale is sold out. Is that what you're talking about, Cohen's? Corey's on TikTok. Oh, cool. That's so cool, Kai. Welcome. That is awesome. I love that. And TikTok is like oh my gosh, it's just such an interesting world compared to other apps. I guess like since I've been in the social media game, I haven't really gotten the chance to like jump on anything like any new apps because nothing's been new really. So that was my first time doing it and I have so much fun on TikTok. TikTok is like where I really get creative and I have a good time with it. You know, the other platforms I create with a little more intention. TikTok, I sometimes create with intention, but sometimes I just create because it's fun. Kristen says, I get lost in TikTok. Says, I feel ya. I drained so much time on TikTok. All right, well, before I go on another TikTok rant, let's take a look at what we've got so far. So we have these amazing matte Rainbow Styletech Monstera leaves, and I've also got these light green ones that I'm gonna alternate all the way around my cup. And then I have my name cut out of the font Bebas Neue, and then an orange offset that I'm going to put on the wine glass as well. So this is kind of, since we're sticking with the summer party theme, you guys know if you bought the box that it is the summer party mystery box. And I wanted to turn this into something that you could use for a summer celebration. So my thought for this was that if you were having like a relatively small get together and you wanted to make everybody a glass with their name on it, this would be fun and easy and it wouldn't take too much time. Roseanne said, I have been afraid of TikTok because I heard bad things. Maybe I should try it out. You know, Roseanne, there was a lot of talk about that, especially in the very beginning of TikTok. Sorry for my slurping sounds on my microphone. That probably sounds really weird. That caffeine is how I'm powered, y'all. I can't help it. But my understanding, and I could be completely inaccurate about this, someone will have to fact check me. My understanding is that TikTok was sold off to a different company, and so a lot of those privacy issues do not remain. And like I said, I could be totally wrong about that, but I'm pretty certain that that's what happened. Okay, so we're gonna start by layering, and I meant to grab some parchment paper, but I forgot. So we're just gonna wing it on getting the offset perfectly straight. But parchment paper and using parchment paper as like a tool is a really, really great way to make sure that your offsets are perfectly straight on, if that's really important to you. All right, so I'm gonna kind of, you might have to see the top of my head, sorry y'all. I feel like the top of my head's probably in all my videos. But I'm gonna try to center it as much as I can. And if I get it wrong, well, that's okay. I think that looks pretty good. All right, so I'm just gonna stick it down on there, zoom you guys in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Then I'll use my squeegee and burnish it down. And I did already clean my glass with alcohol. I know Kayla Norton always reminds me to clean my glass, and I did already clean it with alcohol because it's not a brand new wine glass, so I wanted to get all the dust off. You're welcome, Roseanne. Like I said, you'll have to fact check that and make sure that that is an accurate statement, but I'm pretty certain because it kind of came down to the wire, and it was one of those things where like TikTok was either going to be sold to a different company or it was going to be shut down because of a lot of the privacy issues, I think. And so I think that has changed. But you'll want to look it up for yourself for sure. So let me show you guys a little trick in case you don't already know it. If you have one of the squeegees from 143 Vinyl or any squeegee that has these like two ridges in it, this is my magic charm for centering things like glasses so that I can keep them steady. Now wine glasses, this one's tough because it's curved around this way, so that makes it extra challenging. But anytime that your tumbler or glass is straight, you can balance it on this, and that makes it a lot easier. It's kind of doing a really cool tilty thing, but typically I use the side of my squeegee for holding stuff still. All right, so first I'm going to do my name because that's going to be the most eye-catching part of the design. So I'm just going to try to get it somewhere in the middle. Doesn't necessarily need to be perfect. And another thing about wine glasses is you don't want to do it super high around the rim because vinyl is not something that you want to put your mouth on if you can help it. So you want to keep it on a little bit on the lower side when you are applying it to wine glasses. And the other thing, you don't want to apply it super, super low when you've got to design this big because this bottom round part is really challenging. So keeping it kind of around the center makes it a little bit easier, and hopefully you won't have too many issues with wrinkles. If you do have issues with wrinkles, cutting slits in your transfer tape is a huge, huge help because as you can see with the curve of the wine glass, I've gotten some little raises in my transfer tape. That's perfectly fine. We can always fix it. Well, we'll do our best. I might have just messed it up. We'll see. All right. So once we have this on here, I'm going to burnish it with my squeegee. I may have to fix that vinyl when I pull the transfer tape off. All right. So we'll remove that transfer tape. And notice that I'm doing it at a 180-degree angle. I'm pulling it all the way back, not pulling it up like this because that can put a lot of stress on the vinyl. You want to pull it all the way back like this and almost sort of roll it backwards. Kind of like that. We have some flaws in there, but that's okay. I'll see if I can fix this area down by the X by lifting up my vinyl using my tweezers. And if not, that's okay. We're going to roll with it because the more important function of this glass is the drink that it holds. But it can look pretty too. That helps. So I'm just going to try to really gently lift the edges of that vinyl. There we go. We'll kind of pull it up a little bit beyond where it was lifted and wrinkled. And then you will slowly work it back down. Well, maybe. There we go. And you can see a little bit of damage from the area that it was wrinkled and from my tweezers. But if you get it right the first time, you won't have that problem. So there's my name with the glitter pineapple paradise. You know, Kendra, I don't know that that's what the ridges on the squeegee are actually designed for, but that's a trick that I learned when I worked for 143, and I use it all the time. Ruth, you're so sweet. She said, Alex, I really appreciate that you are oh my gosh. Alex, I really appreciate that you are a recovering perfectionist crafter. You guys, if you have never heard me talk about this, I struggled so hard with perfectionism for most of my life. And crafting is one of those things that has really brought it full circle for me. Stuff like that used to drive me absolutely insane. But I just learned that really sucks the fun out of crafting if you beat yourself up so much that you don't get to have any fun. And so that's why I refer to myself as a recovering perfectionist, because does it still bother me? Yes. Am I still going to try to fix it? Probably. But if I can't fix it, I'm still going to enjoy the rest of the glass, and I'm not going to worry about my little teeny tiny mistake. You know what I mean? But I used to go crazy, and it's been a long journey of lots and lots of things, but one of the things that really helped me do so much better with not struggling with perfection as much is crafting with Heather from 143 Vinyl. If you guys used to watch 143, I left back in January. But before that, Heather and I were kind of the dynamic duo that always went live and crafted together. And she really helped me just appreciate having fun and laughing through your crafts so that you don't have to struggle so hard, because it's really not worth it. So if you're like me and you're super type A and you want to fix every single thing, I hear you, I feel you, but try to let it go, because it makes crafting so much more fun. Sandy said, I'm new to all of this, so I'm glad you had this little mess up and are teaching me how to fix it. Thank you. You're welcome. Well, I hope that helps, and I hope that encourages you a little bit as you continue in your crafting, and you can watch me talk with my hands. But I hope that encourages you a little bit, because I know it's really tempting and it makes you just want to fix everything, but you don't want to worry about fixing everything. The object is to have fun. Crafting is supposed to be fun, so try to have fun. Oh. So, to get these little Monstera leaves, if these were a solid shape, I would probably just peel them off of the backing. But since they have all of these little leaves, I think they'd probably get messed up if I did that with just my fingers. So I'm just going to cut a little piece of transfer tape, and I'm going to use it multiple times. So we'll use it as much as we can, and I'll show you. We're literally just going to lift it off of the backing and just start placing it around the cup. Exactly, Kendra. She said no one else will notice the flaws. Exactly. And if this was a gift or if I was giving it to somebody, it might be something where I'd have to spend a little more time on it. But especially when it's just for you and it's just something that you're going to be enjoying a drink out of, your margarita is going to taste just as good if your vinyl's messed up. You know what I'm saying? Anyone else with me? Oh, also, that's another question I want you to put in the comments. What drink is going in your wine glass? It doesn't have to be wine. It could be margaritas. It could be Gatorade. It could be whatever you love. So let me know what drink you're putting in your wine glass. Heck, I would drink Diet Coke out of a wine glass, to be honest. All right, let's get going. So this transfer tape is amazing because look how easily that peeled up off the backing. I love this stuff. This was my favorite before I tried the clear medium tack. So the clear medium tack on the roll is definitely my favorite, but I wanted to include transfer tape in this box to make sure that you guys had something to work with in case you didn't own any transfer tape yet, especially in case you guys are new. So since we're going around this dangerous little curve, I'm going to cut some relief cuts in my transfer tape. And I'm not going to actually cut into the vinyl. I just cut around the vinyl. And that's going to allow me to work these areas a little bit at a time. But honestly, I'm mostly going to do it with my fingers. You can definitely use a squeegee when you get to a certain point, but don't stress over it too much because vinyl sticks so well to glass that I really don't even know that you really need it, to be honest. Oh man, we might have a little mess up in our leaf because Alex made a bad life choice about where I stuck that. Where I stuck it over top that curve. That's like the most difficult spot. Well, yeah, I did put it in a difficult spot. Okay. Well, that one might be a little big for me to leave it. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so I'm gonna pull off the transfer tape. And I got it pretty well stuck down on most of the areas. It's just this area up top that's giving me problems. I'll show you guys another trick, but you'll still wanna be really, really careful with it. Really, really careful. But I'm just gonna use my X-Acto knife, and I'm basically just gonna make a cut all the way up and essentially cut my Monstera leaf in half. Okay, and then I'm gonna just push this other vinyl right over top and smooth it down. So see, it still looks pretty good. Like I said, you can still see a cut in the top, but honestly, once it spends some time on there and gets really well cured, it's gonna be perfect. All right, let me see what y'all are saying. Don't forget, safety first. Put the cat back over your X-Acto knife. And this did not come in our box, but if you guys don't have an X-Acto knife from 143, I really, really like these knives. One of the reasons being the cap has like a little clip on it. So if you have a table that is tilted, it's less likely to roll off your table and cut you. You can also loosen up the grip and you can replace the blades. So you can buy replacement blades from 143 and you can just stick them right back down in there. So you don't constantly have to buy X-Acto knives. And I'm so glad that I found this one because, oops, almost about to cut myself. See? Told y'all not to do it and then I almost did it. But when I was working with X-Acto knives before they carried these, I felt like I was constantly buying new ones at Walmart all the time and they dulled out so fast and I was so frustrated by that. So I recommend getting one with a reusable blade if you're going to be using it a lot. All right, what are y'all putting in your, lots of you answered. Let's see. Can you reuse the transfer tape? Yes, you sure can. Even though this is all wrinkled up, we'll continue using this for the next few Monstera leaves. P says rum, Cider Boy Strawberry Magic. Oh, that sounds good. Oh my gosh. Rum and Coke, that's a good one. Raspberry Smash is so good too. Y'all have some good choices. Sandy said mojitos. Susan said sweet tea screams summer to me. Hey, sweet tea would be a great wine glass drink. Absolutely. And Cohen says you won't notice it after a few glasses. So true. Corey said vodka and ice sparkling soda. Ooh, that's a good idea. Ooh, you guys are all like inspiring me for all these new drinks. I'll have to try those. And I'm gluten-free, so I can do cider. I can't do beer, but I can do cider. So that would be a fun one. That's a good idea to try it. Okay, so now we're going to try our first Monstera leaf. Well, this one is a little bit cut up, but we're going to work with it anyways. We're going to try our first Styletech Monstera leaf. Now, when you're working around curves, I recommend that you stick with the StarCraft HD because it's going to do a little bit of a better job. Like I was talking about earlier with weeding the specialty films like the Styletech Rainbow, it's going to be a lot more difficult to work around the curves. So I would stay with these on the easier areas. And if you're going to make it more difficult, I would use the StarCraft HD because the film is just a lot more flexible. Well, maybe we'll burnish a little with our squeegee. Whoops. Doesn't want to come off the backing there. There we go. So that's another great strategy if you're struggling is to just flip it over and actually peel the vinyl from the transfer tape rather than the other way around. You just have to watch that no areas are left behind. You guys, and it's even really pretty on the back, which makes me really excited to use this stuff on acrylic blanks because the backside is pretty too. Typically, when you have anything patterned or specialty, it doesn't usually have that same pattern on the backside, so it doesn't look as good on something like an acrylic. Hey Cecilia, how are you? I am working on a wine glass with some Rainbow Styletech Vinyl and some StarCraft HD and all different kinds of stuff. Welcome. All right, so I'm gonna put this other Monstera leaf, I'm gonna kind of frame the name a little bit. Let's see, and that leaf is pointing in that direction, so I'll keep this one pointing in that direction too. So I'm gonna keep this one a little higher, but I'm not going to put it too high where my lips would touch it if I took a drink. There we go. See, that one was so much easier because it's a lot higher on the glass, so we don't have that second curve to worry about, because it's always curved around this direction, but wine glasses where they're curved on the bottom as well, that just makes it a little bit more challenging. You can really see it well there. So, we'll just push that down. And we're all set. You guys, look how beautiful that is. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. Okay, well, let's go ahead and I'm gonna move along a little bit faster because I don't wanna take all afternoon making this wine glass. I'm just gonna start sticking Monstera leaves everywhere. Whoops, got my transfer tape on there a little crooked. There we go. Yes, I'm so glad that you did too, Cecilia, welcome. Oh, Ruth said, I already love that vinyl, but now I love it even more. I know. I have to, you guys, I have a confession for you. When I first saw this vinyl, Heather was so excited to tell me about it. She's like, I found a vinyl for your mystery box and you are going to freak out. So I saw it, and at first I was like, oh, I was like, it's not as bright as I expected it. But as soon as I started playing with it, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with this stuff. So yeah, I'm in love. Ultimately, I'm obsessed. But when I first saw it, I was like, oh, it's a little dull. But when you start working with it and putting it in different light, oh, it is gorgeous. So maybe we have to beg and plead 143 to carry it because I really need more of this vinyl in my life. I used almost, not the entire sheet today while I was working on this project for you guys, but I actually prepped a different project and then I had to end up changing it. So I used a ton of my Styletech Rainbow vinyl. Kendra said, I have to work all weekend, so mine will be water. Hey, Kendra, look, maybe you can get a little more festive if your glass just has water in it. You'll just feel better about getting work done and all that kind of stuff if you're drinking water. But you can just have a summer spirit. How about that? Hey, Beth, she said, where do I get the SVG files? So, Beth, I have had this Monstera Leaf SVG for forever, so I honestly don't know where I got it, but I linked one in the description for you if you would like to grab one from Design Bundles. But honestly, guys, this one is such a simple shape that I would probably just go get one off Google if I were you. And whenever I search off of Google for images, I search for it as a PNG. That tends to make it a little bit easier so that you don't have to erase the entire background in Cricut Design Space. So I would search for Monstera Leaf PNG and see if you can find it. Some people, maybe you guys can help me out with this. Some people call these, or leaves very similar to these, banana leaves. Do you guys know what the difference between Monstera leaves and banana leaves is? Because I don't. They look very similar to me, and maybe I'm also like not a plant lady, so I don't know if that's part of it too. Seems like there's lots of plant ladies popping up, especially since the pandemic, and I have the most respect for you because that is not me, but maybe that's the difference. I don't know. All right, guys, I'm gonna get a little risky, and I'm putting a Monstera leaf low on the glass. So let's see how this goes. We might have to do some relief cuts. I don't know. It's gonna get a little crazy. You know what? I think I'm going to help myself out, and maybe I'm going to try it a little on the lower side of the glass. Maybe that will make it easier. I don't know. We're just going to go for it. Okay. There we go. So I got the center down first, and now, yeah, I can see some areas. So I'm going to go ahead and do some relief cuts in my transfer tape. And because of all these relief cuts, we may end up using a little more transfer tape, but that's okay. It's all good because we have plenty to use. And you guys actually had 2 sheets in your box, but I have a whole roll of this transfer tape in case I need it. So I'm going to push down this area below the relief cut, and then I'll do the next little leaf. Do you guys see how I cut in between that leaf, and I tried to cut in between that leaf, and that way I can literally work like one piece at a time. And that should make life a little bit easier. Oh yeah, we got this, you guys. Look at that. Easy peasy. Look how pretty. Oh, you guys, I can't get over it. I'm not over it. I'm obsessed. Hey, MJ, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. Welcome, welcome to my little crafty fam. Yes, I look forward to having you follow along. So in case you guys are new around here, we are doing crafts right now from the Summer Party Mystery Box. And if you did not already grab the box, it is sold out. But I'm gonna do my best to link everything that I'm using in my crafts in the description box below for you if they are available. Some of these items were exclusive to the box, so not all of them are available right now, but everything that I can link, I will link for you. And whether you got the box or not, I think this series is going to be really, really helpful for you because this is great for beginners. We're doing some really basic skills with some really pretty stuff, and you can make it more advanced if you want to. For example, we are doing some sublimation crafts, but I'm going to show you some alternatives to using sublimation ink that I think you guys are really going to like. So I hope that helps, but welcome, MJ. I'm glad you're here. Right now, I'm just winging it. We're just having fun with vinyl and making a pretty summery glass. Okay, Ruth said, Google Images show me that you are using Monstera leaves. Banana leaves generally don't have small cuts along the length of the leaf. Okay, good to know, Ruth. Thank you. Yeah, I like, they both come up when you search for that kind of stuff because I think people probably who advertise files like want you to see that, which I totally understand. But I could not understand what the difference was. Sandra said, I'm new to crafting, really want to make some nice glasses. I like the vinyl. Yes, I think this would be a great craft for you, Sandra. And one of the things that I have learned, which I told you guys I'm a recovering perfectionist, and one of the biggest lessons that crafting teaches me and reminds me of all the time is to be patient with yourself. Any craft that you attempt, whether you're new or not, you just want to be patient with yourself and plan to have fun. And honestly, especially when you're new, plan to make mistakes. Don't get super stressed out by them. Just literally plan to have a good time. And then whatever happens, you will love it because it'll be super, super fun. All right, guys, so we're kind of closing in on our areas of the glass, and I don't know how to arrange them. Oh, this is always such a debate for me. Does anyone else do this? When you get like towards the end and you're like, oh, well, do I crowd the leaves in there or what do I do? Because I typically try not to have two of the exact same leaf like right beside each other, but I think I'm probably going to have to. So I'm going to put this Monstera leaf a little bit higher, like right here. That way I have some more space for more leaves. Because in this case, the more the merrier for sure. All right. So I'm going to have tons of Monstera leaves left over. I'll have to figure out what else I'm going to put them on. Got something on my glass. Okay. So, all right, friends, it's down to the wire. Okay, I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put one more Monstera leaf kind of high up here, and then I'm going to put one more green leaf down low, and I think we're going to call it a day. I think that's what we're going to go with. And the difference in size between these two, I'll show you side by side. The light green HD Monstera leaves are 1 inch high, and these are 1 1/4 inch high. So I did make the Rainbow Styletech ones a little bit bigger because I wanted you to see a little bit more shine. Now looking back, it probably didn't matter what size I made them. I probably could have made them all 1 inch, but I don't know about you guys, but my aesthetic is just very, I don't know what the word is. I like a lot of variety, I guess. I like a lot of texture. I always have. And so, oh, I said I was going to put a Monstera leaf there. Okay, so we're going to put this one down low then. I like a lot of variety in the crafts that I make. So I like to do different sizes and different textures and mix them all up because that's just how I prefer it. Okay, I'm going to put this one a little bit lower so that it's not super even with this. And this one's going to be on that curve that we worked with before. So it's going to be a little more challenging, but luckily I'm using a StarCraft HD leaf, so it's going to be really, really easy. All right. So pull this off. Oh, you guys, it's turning out so cute. I'll have to figure out what I can do. Ooh, I have an idea. Okay, hold on. We'll go back to my Alex decal. I'm going to do one more shiny Monstera leaf right there. And I have an idea, and you guys will have to tell me if you think it's going to look crazy or not. Because luckily, we can always peel the vinyl back off if we change our minds. But I feel like there's a little bit much empty space around my name, and I don't want it to be super empty, but I don't want it to be super wild either. Okay, I'm going to point it the opposite direction. Yep. Or maybe more like straight up, because we don't have hardly anything that's like just straight. So I'm going to put this one somewhere in between these, like right here. Perfect. Okay. Now, y'all will have to tell me if this will look cute or not. Hey, Michelle, I missed you guys too. I'm glad that you're here. Sandra said, I started a Tumblr. I'm afraid to show it to anyone. I think it looks nice. I'm a little afraid to show it off. Don't be scared, Sandra. Absolutely show off your work and be confident in it because you did an amazing job. Yes, exactly, Ruth. You can absolutely share your Tumblr in my Facebook group and we will not judge you. We will always approach you with love. And if you want some feedback because you feel like it needs some improvement, we can do that. And if you just want to be cheered on, sis, we will cheer you on. You don't need to change anything. Okay, guys, I need you to get real with me for a hot second, okay? I'm going to start doing this so that I can show you what I'm talking about, and then y'all can tell me if I'm going crazy, okay? So I'm kind of thinking about taking one of these Monstera leaves and cutting it in half and then putting it kind of through my name so that it looks like maybe part of the leaf is coming out this way and part of the leaf is coming out down here. Does that make sense? Let me know what you guys think about that because I think I want to give it a shot. I think it could be cute and it could do a good job of filling some of that space in. So I'm going to cut this off the rest of the Monstera leaf so that I can utilize the backing. Okay, and I've already got the transfer tape on there and it's barely sticky, but all it needs to do is just lift this up. So it doesn't need to be very sticky in this case. So, try to get that transfer tape stuck down on there. So if I did something where I cut it like in half, does that make sense? And I had the top half going up this direction and then the bottom half like coming out down here so that it looked like my name was just in the middle. Do you guys think that would look crazy? What do you think? Sorry, I just touched my microphone, so sorry, that was really loud. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it in half with the knife, and then if we hate it, I'll peel it off. No biggie. All right, and I'm gonna try to avoid, let me show you guys. I'm gonna try to avoid little tiny pieces being stuck in the other cut because that usually does not do very well for longevity. So the larger surface area, in a lot of cases, that your vinyl is stuck on, the better it's going to stay. So if let's say I cut across this blue line and I like cut off this tip and cut off this tip, those probably would not last even after hand washing, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to just cut maybe across, like kind of across here. Yeah, let's try that. Can you guys see what I'm doing? I think you can. Okay. All right, so I cut our vinyl decal, and now I'm just going to cut like this and like this so I can separate the pieces. But I'm going to try not to cut the decal like I just told you I wouldn't. There we go. Might have to do one more little cut. And I do have a self-healing mat underneath me. Remember to always protect your surface. Okay, I think we got it there. It's a little bit of a better cut. Okay, I don't know, y'all. This could look a little janky. We're going to try it and find out. Okay. So, I'm going to stick... Whoop. First, I'm going to put my cap back on so I don't cut myself. But I'm going to peel the backing off, and I'm going to put this well, I didn't cut it at an angle like I should have. So I might angle it. Let me think. I'm just going to angle it just a little bit. And then I think I'm going to cut some of this off. So we're going to put it on the backing. And I'm going to trim it so that it looks like it's at an angle. Does that make any sense? Am I speaking English to you guys? Or does it sound like gibberish at this point? Because it's Friday afternoon, so honestly, it's unsure of what I'm speaking at this point. There we go. Maybe that will help. Okay. Let's do it, guys. See what we think it looks like. That way we can angle it a little bit. It's not as angled as I wanted, but we're going to try. We're committed, friends. We're going. Thank you. Okay, you guys are loving it. Good deal. You like that they're two different sizes, Kendra? I do too. I just think it's fun to have a lot more variety. I think it looks better that way. All right. Let's try. Oh, you guys, it might, well, I don't know. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut the points off up here because I think that they're going to make it look really funny. So we're just going to go ahead and basically follow this blue line on the Blue Grid transfer tape. Blue Grid, if I could talk today. Oh, thanks for forgiving me, y'all. What a day. I don't have a lot of words left. Oh. That's why I keep asking you guys if what I'm saying makes any sense, because sometimes the thoughts on a Friday afternoon just don't really translate. Okay. So we're losing a couple of the points on the Monstera leaf, but I don't think that you're going to notice. I think it's going to be just fine. All right, we're going to try to line up the center of the stem there on the bottom as well so that it looks nice and straight. Ooh, did a pretty good job there. No worries, Kayla. She's having some technical issues. It's okay. It's Friday afternoon. It is definitely the time of technical issues through this week. Okay, guys, what's the verdict? Is the long Monstera leaf, does it look funny or does it look good? And you can tell me if you're not loving it. Oh, Kendra, that's a good idea. She said do it with the silver one. You're so right. Oh, yeah. Okay. So what do you guys think about this? And should I peel it off and do it with one of the Styletech Rainbow ones? Because I'm kind of voting for that at this point. Here, let me put something in the glass so you guys can see what's going on. I know that the glass is clear, so it's probably a little bit hard to see. Okay? So that's what we're working with. And I'm feeling like it looks funny. I know the comments are lagging, so I'll give you guys a second to respond. Somebody tell me what to do. Okay, guys, I'm going to start working on the silver one because I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do. As soon as Kendra said that, I was like, oh, yes. Oh, yeah. We should have done that the entire time. So I'm going to move this out of the way. I just feel like it looks funny. Okay, I know what we're going to do. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cut this out. And instead of cutting it exactly like instead of preserving all the detail through the middle, I'm going to cut a little chunk. Yeah, see, it does look funny. I know. I agree with you. Okay, let's try this. I think we've got it figured out now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece of transfer tape and put it over top. And I'm going to cut most of the middle out so that it's just the top and bottom peeking out of the side. If anyone has a free second, can you drop the link to the Facebook group? Would anyone mind doing that? If not, I can grab it here in just a second. Okay, so I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and I'm going to cut up here, hopefully. And I'm going to cut down here. So that way there's like a chunk actually out of the leaf. That way it looks like some of it is hidden behind. Does that make sense? Y'all tell me what you think. Yep. Oh yeah, I should have used it on more of an angle. Oh, you're right. Okay. Okay. That's a better start, I think, but you're right. We do need it on an angle. So, take number 3. We'll try it again. See, this is a good thing. This is why I cut so many leaves, because you just never know what kind of stuff you're going to come up with, you know? You might need some extra. Who the heck knows? I feel like I'm a little calmer today. Sorry, guys. I'm not as entertaining as I usually try to be. Usually that's just naturally how I am, but I'm tired today. I am tired for sure. Whoop. And now, thanks to static electricity, that just grabbed my, I was going to try to line up the line on my transfer tape, and that just wasn't happening. All right, and then we're also going to remove this vinyl from the cup. Thanks for being honest, guys. It's perfectly okay to say you don't like the crafts I make. I am not offended, not at all. So we'll peel this area off. Jodina said, what if you cut it directly in half, the length of the leaf? Oh, and put it totally sideways. You're right, Joe. Did I say that? Jodiana? Did I pronounce that correctly? What if you cut it directly in half, the length of the leaf? But half on top and half. Yeah, like sideways. Is that what you mean? Is there anything you can spray after to help it stay for a longer time? So that is a great question, P, and people ask that all the time. So all of this is permanent vinyl. There is no need to seal it with anything on top. And I know it's tempting. I know you feel like you're gonna save your cup for a longer time if you spray something, but you're not gonna make it stay any longer. It's just gonna look funky. There is nothing that I am aware of other than epoxy that you can put over vinyl that it doesn't end up leaving like a residue or a film over top of it, like including Mod Podge and all that kind of stuff. It really isn't necessary though, because the vinyl has a permanent adhesive. It's gonna stay for a good long time. Okay, I see what you're saying, and I don't know if I pronounced your name correctly. Jodina. Okay, very good. Thank you for helping me phonetically spell it, or phonetically say it. So yes, I think you're right. That could be really good. That could be really good. If we cut it 100% in half, but then it's going to look really thick again. Oh, you guys, and it's going to look, because then it's going to look really, really like tall. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut like a third in this way and a third in this way. And I'm going to try putting that over and see if that will work. Let's give it a shot. Because I think I'm seeing your vision here, and I think you're right. I think that would be a really fun, different way to do it, especially because all these are pointed in the up direction. I think it would be fun to have something around the name that's like a little more different. And I'm also going to angle it up a little bit as I do it too, because I think that would make it look really nice. All right, guys, pray for me. See if I can get this looking good. All right, one cut, pretty good. Cut the next one down here. Oh, okay, let's see if I did it, guys. See if I did it. Okay, So if we use the top and the bottom and we put that around the name, I think that might be good. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. The silver one works better too because it is bigger. That's true. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I see what you guys are saying. So maybe even just cut it in half? Yeah. I see. I see what you mean. Okay. Well, because with the middle missing, I don't know that you can really tell that it's a Monstera leaf. I totally see what you're saying, Dodina, but you know what I mean? Like the top missing kind of takes away some of its character. So then you kind of can't tell what's happening here. And then she just looks like a big old leaf. Okay, so I see. You guys are right. You're right. Okay. Thanks for hanging out with me so long, guys, and going through this creative process with me, because sometimes this is what it looks like. It's just not very glamorous. You just gotta try it and see what you think. Okay, I'm gonna try it before I put transfer tape on, and I'm going to just cut off like that. Yeah, you know what? I'll do like most of a leaf. So I'll start by cutting off the bottom area, and then if I need to cut more, I can. But I'll start by doing that and then just seeing if that would work. And if we need to keep cutting, that way I don't have to use another leaf. Okay, what do you guys think? Something like that, maybe just sticking out on the top of my name, and then we don't need to worry about a bottom. You think? Let's see if this works. You guys have such good ideas. This is why you're my brilliant people, because I love having all of us work together. It's just so fun. There's stuff on my vinyl. What is it? Okay. All right. Let's try this. And Sandra, let me take 2 seconds and I'm gonna grab that link for you from Facebook. Thank you, Ruth. Ruth grabbed the name of the group and put it in the comments. But if you guys want to join my Facebook group, here is the link to click it. Yeah, okay. You guys are digging it. I'm getting some yeses in the comments. All right, so let's try this. Ah, you guys, it's just so pretty. Look at the back. It's even prettier than the front. Okay. Oh, and we need to cut it on an angle. Angles make everything more fun. So I'm going to put it back on the backing, and we're going to cut it. I'm going to turn it upside down and cut it through here like this. Oh, you guys, we're on to something. Oh, I think we made it. Okay. So now we got a little cute little tilt in our leaf. And maybe over the AL, because I don't want it right in the center. I think that'd be a little weird. Let's put it a little closer to the front so that it's not so close to this one. Kind of put it over everything. You guys are geniuses. Yes, Catherine is too long. That's true. But could you do, I don't know if you have any nicknames. Could you go by Kathy or anything like that? Or you could even just do an initial. You don't have to do your whole name. You could do a first initial. You could do a last initial. Or you could just do Monstera leaves over the whole thing. You could do, I don't know, just any word that you like. Okay, guys, you're a genius. Look how much better that looks. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We nailed it, friends. Thank you for your guidance because y'all are geniuses. That makes it so much more fun, fills in a little more space, and I'm basically obsessed. Are you guys with me? I know the lag is so real because I can see on YouTube it's a little bit behind. Feel like we need another leaf down here though. What do you guys think? Another leaf or something? Yep, I think we're gonna do it. I'm gonna put another leaf down there, and then I promise we're gonna be done for real this time. This is why when I tell my husband that a craft project is only gonna take me a couple of hours, he's like, okay, I'll see you in 5 hours, because I change my mind 300 times and I go back and change it. And it comes out so beautiful. But he knows that I am wrong about how long it's going to take me. I'm wrong every single time. Does that happen to anyone else? Every time. Okay. We're going to do this little friend on the bottom, and we're going to be donezo. We'll put it a little on the closer side, like that. We may need some relief cuts here at the bottom because we got that pesky little curve happening. Okay, so we'll do 1/2 and then the other half. Oh, hashtag flawless. Geraldine said, oh yeah, I agree with you, Geraldine. Oh yeah is exactly how I feel about this. And I feel so much better that this space is taken up, because I was deeply disturbed that it had so, it just had too much space, you know? Oh, this is so much better, you guys. Thank you for all your help and guidance. I just love how this turned out. Well, Catherine, I would probably do I would just do like an initial or even a symbol. So if you guys really love something like, I don't know, like a flamingo or a pineapple, you could do that in the front instead of a name. You could cut something really fun. You could cut a pineapple out of the pineapple print. That would be super fun. It would look great. Oh yeah, friends, we nailed it. Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, I think that is all I've got for today's mystery box project. So we are back. Let's see. When's our next project? We are back on Wednesday, and I am doing the tea towels and StarCraft foil, which is going to be so much fun. If you guys have never done foil before, we're going to talk all about it. I hope you guys were so excited to receive it, because I had to do a lot of convincing in order to allow 143 to put foils in the box. But you guys, you were so funny. Last time, y'all know how much I love foil. So when I did a box back in January, you guys were like, I can't believe there wasn't foil in it. And I was like, you're so right. I cannot do another box without foil. So we're going to do StarCraft Electrofoil on the tea towels, and it's going to be so much fun. So make sure that you join us back here on YouTube Wednesday at 3 p.m. and we're going to craft live. And you guys know that you are always welcome, and always, I always want you to be a part of as much as you can. So if you want to join my crafty fam on Facebook, I posted the link a second ago for the Facebook group, but I'll post it again. So if you want to share your crafts in there, or if you just want to come and chat and get to know everyone, I think, did I cut that off? No, it's good. Okay. Then you can definitely join and share in our Facebook group, because the Facebook group always has lots of good conversations going and some really, really good stuff. Plus, when we get to 1,000 members, which we're actually really, really close, I'm going to do some kind of giveaway. And I haven't figured out what that's going to be yet. I think it's going to be probably a big box of my favorite crafts, but I haven't quite nailed it down yet. So make sure that you join it and be one of the first 1,000 members so that you can take part in that giveaway, okay? Thank you guys for hanging out with me and advising me creatively, because I definitely needed it. I love